Hello, my name is Heather Aston, and this is my channel, TT's Trinkets and Treasures. If this is the first one of my videos that you've come across in this little corner that we all know as the little corner of the World Wide Web, that we all know as YouTube, welcome. I'm happy to have you. I hope you'll find this video informative and entertaining enough that you'll want to hit the subscribe button and change the notification bell to all so that you never miss the release of one of my videos in the future. If you are a returning viewer, otherwise known as my treasures, mwah, I love you, and you're not going to be at all surprised when I say I have to put something on my lips. So if you're new, I can't stand looking at a bare lip on my computer screen while I'm talking. It drives me a little batty, but yeah. So I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm still waiting for my bargain bead box, my July box, which has been kind of a good thing for me, just because I still have so many things I want to do with the last ones, especially when I found a very special piece that I got from a very special lady, Brandy, over at Brandy Michelle Designs. I believe that's her channel name. If it's not, I apologize. Let me just go find it real quick, because that's going to drive me batty. So let me go check, and I will drop the link for her. Let's see here. Okay. Sorry if there's noise in the background. I'm just trying. I will close out of that and come back to you guys and drop her channel name or the link to her channel in there in the chat. But let me say hello to everybody. Hello Lynn and Mary. Hello Tina, Valerie, Leah. I have some updates about the little situation that happened yesterday. I'm going to start by showing you something that I did after I tell you what I found out. Linda messaged me at 1:48 a.m. my time. Thank goodness I was not awake for it. But that she contacted that lady through her Etsy site, and an apology has been issued and the videos have been taken down. I asked Linda what about her video and other videos that have been copied. I don't know that she's up quite yet, or if she is, she's still having her first cup of coffee and has not jumped in with all of us. So, okay, so some things that I found out about this when doing research about this situation, because you guys know that I want to make sure that we are all protected and ready to go. So, you are covered under copyright laws in the United States the second you create something and it becomes a tangible item, whether that be a video, a painting, a picture, a design, any of that. You are covered under copyright law if somebody tries to go and use it and pass it off on their own. I want to be very clear up front. I don't care if you guys use my designs. I don't care if you give me credit for my designs. I would appreciate it if you didn't say they were yours, but as far as the rest, I don't mind. If you want to be further protected, you can do what I did and what I will be doing on all of my thumbnails going forward. And that is, if you look up in the top corner, it has a copyright, the month, the year, and my channel name. So, I hope you can see it up in the corner anyways. It doesn't need to be big. It doesn't need to be any of that, because I don't want to scare anybody off thinking that I mind if you guys use one of my designs, which I do not. I'm totally okay with. I just want to give you guys, this isn't about that. This is about giving you guys the information that I learned so you can protect yourself going forward. If you're somebody who does not want your designs used, or you don't want it used publicly, like you don't care on the side, if you're somebody who wants credit on like the business card or like the little info card on the back, that's totally okay too. We're all different, and there is no shame in protecting yourself and your designs. It is our art, and it's a very personal thing. So I completely understand all sides of this. I am glad that, see, I'm just taking down, my phone is dinging, and I want to make sure it's not. No, it's just lovely Delon. You guys, I'm going to show you. This sweet lady, nearly every day, and my mat's a mess, I'm sorry. I was watching Sarah Lovecraft and lost track of time, and I didn't want to just like push everything, because I just sorted 2 boxes of bead soup yesterday, so I don't want to do that again. So I'm trying to be better. So it's not all the way cleaned off, but it's okay. This sweet lady sends me one of these pins at least once. One. Sometimes it's 2. But she sends them to me all the time, and it just like, I just need that sometimes. I need that little bit of like, I probably should have asked her. Okay, let's put this on recording mode. Okay, sorry about that. She's just the sweetest. Anyway, she sends me those every single day. They warm my heart. I just love it. It's so sweet. I am very lucky to have her and all of you as members of this community. I don't understand why people would just use other videos of that. Yeah. Oh, good, Leah. I'm so happy to hear that. I'm so happy to hear that. I know that you've been missing being in front of your mat and being able to bead, as that's our therapy, and the thing that helps us to try to distract ourselves from the pain a lot of us are in on a daily basis. Okay, sorry, my lip is uneven. That's a little bit better, I guess. Yeah, I'm a freak, I know. That's why I go down to my mat as soon as I can. And I will pop up and down, because I would rather just be down at my mat. But yes. Correct. Now, this situation that we're discussing was a blatant copyright infringement case. That Sam's and one of Linda, 2 of Sam's and 1 of Linda's videos was literally copied word for word, outside of, I'm sure, like the personal parts of it. But like the instruction was word for word the same, everything else. That is clear copyright infringement. If one of you guys was like, oh, hey, I saw Heather make this bracelet today and this was my interpretation of it, I don't mind. That's fine with me. If it's not fine with you, that's okay too. I've just been I've just been shamed by others for things that I've said or done, or for like putting stuff out there. So I just have zero expectations when it comes to this type of thing. I don't expect people to, like, it's cool that you guys watch and say you have inspiration, but like, I don't really have expectation that you would want to do that. So that's just me though. But I'm working through that, as I am working very difficultly to realize that I need to love myself as much as I love others, and I'm working on that. And that's why one of my hashtags is beating myself better, because that's what I'm trying to do. This is a focus that I enjoy, and it shouldn't come second to anything else that others may want me to do. Like, it's what I love doing, so I should do it if I love doing it. So yes, but if that's all, I don't really mind, because I encourage you guys to use a jewelry journal, which I'm bad at, and I need to photograph things. And you guys, I just counted the collections that I've made that are right here on my desk for these past 2 months. Oh my gosh, I have 23 bracelets, 11 necklaces, which we're making some more today, and whatever. So yeah, and that's just the ones that were on my desk that I grabbed as I was trying to clean stuff off so that I could create today. So yeah, I'm really excited to like be able to photograph and like share it as a whole with all of you guys, because I'm really excited. But I just wanted to give that little update. Copyright laws state that as soon as it's a tangible thing, a picture, a video, a post, any of that kind of stuff, the second it becomes a tangible thing, it is protected under copyright. Now, the woman who did this lives in the US, so even though Sam doesn't, others have the same rights as far as copyright laws go. So, and especially when the majority of her audience is US viewers. So it's just, I don't know. I'm glad that it got taken down. I'm glad that she got an apology. I think I will still be trying to keep up with this person online to make sure that it doesn't start happening again. So, all right, enough of all of that. It is Friday, and as I said, I still had other designs that I want to do with this box. I don't even really, I feel like I haven't even touched half as many things in June's box that I want to, mostly because I love it, and I've come up with some really cute designs, in my opinion, to use it, but it is a little, it's easier to design. I see a lot of kids pieces when I look at it. That's why I kind of decided to mix it up with the leopard skin jasper and things like that to kind of raise it up to our audience. So you guys have seen, but I love the strawberry quartz. I'm talking more about like the cherry quartz, because it's, I wish that it had more patterns. I know I got some pieces that have like beautiful swirls and stuff in it. I just would have liked to have some other things with it. But I've got to show you this focal that I was talking about that I got from Miss Brandy. This is, where's my little note? I believe it's cheetah jasper. Yes, it's cheetah jasper. Look at this. It's so pretty. And I see this with like bronzite and that iolite that I just got from Bernie's. That like smoky blue color. and like rose gold and bronze. It's just gorgeous. It is a cabochon. I just haven't decided if I want it on a gold glue-on bail or a silver one. I just recently joined Sarah Lovecraft's paid group called Hardwire, and then promptly missed the first like 3 or 4 videos this month because I didn't set alarms when I should have. Yesterday was my first one, and it was just amazing. So if you're wanting to take your wire to the next level and have meet some new ladies within this community that you may not know yet, then I would suggest joining. I know it's expensive. It's actually not. $70 for 3 months is a great price. Your girl paid for 3 months up front because it's cheaper, so that's why I showed up for it. Okay, so I'm still trying to decide with this one. And then I also am going to be designing with the pendant that Rosanna gave me, and I think I'm going to do that on Sunday night once she's back so that she can watch. They're traveling home today, so I don't know how good of service they have, but yes, BBB has a strawberry charm pack. Yeah, I got one. I got all of it. I got it, but yes. Really? What's in it? Man, should we just go watch it? I'm like, let's go watch it. Okay, I'm excited. Let's remind each other when it drops so I can go see it. Can you give us like a brief, like little rundown if any of you have watched it? Is it going to be, does it go with July's box, or is it just one more, or is it just one that's for Strawberry Soiree still? I would assume it would be for drugs. Oh, and I have a question for you all, because I want to take one of these and like, I don't know if I put it on the top of it. This is rounded. It's not like very rounded, but it is, right? So if I glue this on here, it's going to, its ears stick out a little bit, and is, I'm trying to show you up close. Here. See how the ears don't sit flat on the crystal? So I worry about it getting caught on stuff. But if I go to the flat side, then we don't get all the pretty faceting. This is beautiful just as it is. And this will most likely be what I do, unless you guys think that that looks cool. Here, I'll bring Pixie down because you guys are like missing the best part of it. Ah, and I almost just popped him right out of the thing. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out where that light is coming from. So, does it look kind of cool that it like is kind of in the background and not like on the front? Because the only thing I'm worried about doing it this way is, will the glue show? Like, can I do it? Can I get it attached firmly enough that it's not gonna fall off, but without like having all this crazy visible glue? because I think that that could be kind of sexy to have it just like peeking out. So yeah. You didn't watch it yet. Okay. It's for July's. All right. That is different. It works. So you guys like it underneath it? If I don't end up liking it, I can always take it off. I know that. But yeah. It came up because I am I want to attempt my first front closure using this clasp and probably this, and I really am liking it, the rhinestones being on the back of the cheetah's head rather than down. I kind of love the way that that looks. If I can just get them. But then because I haven't used either of these, I thought it could look kind of cool if this was like on one side of the necklace up front, because then you see it. So then I can't decide, like, do I want to, I think I want to do this with this. I was going to say, do I want to do this with, I have 2 of them, so I could still, I might have 3 of them, actually. I just haven't gone through it yet. So that's just kind of where I am. So you like it underneath? Kambaba Jasper stuff. Okay, then yes. Kawaba Jabber. I think that's what I said. Kawaba Jasper. Or Jabber. I know I said Jabber at the end. But yeah. So, okay. Well, I'm going to give it a go. Let's just do it and see if it shows up. I'm going to use this B7000, which is kind of E7000. Generic sister. Okay, so we have this side. I think I like this side better with all the spots. Alright, here we go. I'm gonna do it like just under the ears, the chin, and like the bottom of the cheekbone. Maybe. I don't want to put a lot of glue because I don't want it to like, I'm hoping it's not going to show through. The glue, I mean. I want the... Okay, is that straight? No, not quite. Sorry, I'm picking it up so that I can see through with the light to make sure that it's even. The chin needs to tilt just a little bit. Okay. I do have some glue spillage out because I moved it, which I can pick off. Ooh. After it dries. Alright. We're going to put that up here to let that dry and marinate itself. Alright, so I really am hoping that I'm going to be able to figure out a way to keep this like this. I'm hoping that whether it's wire or chain that I connect this to the rest of the necklace with, that once that's taking up the top part of this bail, that it'll stay there. If it doesn't, I can take this off and wire wrap it. It's not a problem. But I kind of like that. I love there's like the spacing is perfectly even all around it, which I love. So, beautiful beads, greenish green leaves. More leaves? Looks beautiful. Okay. I'm excited. I'll go check it out with all yet. noon and look and see what it is. Okay, so the other thing I could not decide was if I wanted to use these. Oh, I'm still really far down. Sorry, hold on. I would never stay in frame if I left it where it was. I'd be off frame all day. Okay. I'll check in when I'm actually designing to make sure that I'm not out of frame. Yeah, right? It's perfect. The space, it was meant to be. Like, I had to use it. It's just, everything's just perfect. So, I don't know. If I have to glue this, I absolutely will and have no problem with it. But yeah. Oh, and I was talking to Cindy last night, and she's like, yeah, I was watching the other day and completely forgot you could glue stuff to other stuff. What have I been doing? And I was like, well, I'm glad that I inspired you. I also have this that I have not used yet. I have some that I have colored, but this is one of the ones that I didn't. I have that one that has the branches and the leaves colored with alcohol ink. So, but I want to do something with this. And then I have these beautiful resin leaves that I got from Randy a while ago that I think will go really well with the cherry quartz. So I've got that for a project. So I can't decide if I want to use these or if I want to put like these somewhere. Or do I want to go colorful and just let the metals kind of do their thing? Because I could absolutely use the why are words not forming for me today? I'm excited. I came in late. I literally went to the studio with like 3 minutes before the video, so I'm a little like, I just need to chill for a second. And then I think I'll be good. So I have the faceted onyx. I have it in larger beads than this. And could do it with that. I still have plenty of the turquoise left. These are just the cubes that I had out, but I have rounds and hishis and everything else that I could do with the black if we wanted, or brown. Oh, look at this one that I found, you guys. I'm thinking if I can find a cute moon bead, I would put this and the one that I glued the sun to in the same piece. The sun. So I need to find a cool moon charm. But yes. Are you up for doing that, Beth? So you think the black... Yes, I do have more of those because those came... Where are they, though? I came across a bunch of them when I was cleaning yesterday. I just need to remember where I put them. But that is a very good idea. So this might get tabled to a later video. Or maybe I'll go live Saturday night too, a little bit later. I had fun with you guys. When we're all on a little bit later at night, it's fun. Not that hanging with you guys right now isn't, just those who listen while they work and whatever else would actually be able to be more engaged. And I get more viewers. Okay. Where did I put the rest of those black and gold beads? Oh, this is going to drive me crazy now. Yeah, that might get tabled because that's a very good idea. Tina, thank you. Yeah, very good idea. So this is going to get tabled. Anyways, I need a really cool, like, moon charm that's kind of like this textured, I don't know, I've got to find one. But I thought putting it on that and making, like, maybe one side has darker beads and the other side, when as it's coming down to the sun, gets darker or lighter. I don't know. I don't know. I just confused myself, though, that's for sure. And I just pushed my poor little elephants. I also have all these little elephants I haven't used yet because they're drilled, in my opinion, the wrong way, which drives me crazy. Okay. So let's play around with the giraffe, because like I said, I haven't used it yet, but have wanted to. I could even use this just above it, but I kind of... Okay. Maybe not yet. Those are lighter strawberry quartz that I think goes with this like orangey coral color. But I also want to pull out some of the cherry quartz because there are some corally colors in this stone. And I think that they'll help pull those out. And I've got so much of it in so many colors, in so many like varied colors and shapes. So let me grab that. I think I just want to do the cherry quartz, and I have not designed with this yet, with any of these yet, and I need to. So maybe we will focus on cherry quartz today, because it would pull, it goes with this bigger one too. Maybe we just make a really cool, like that. Yeah. And then I want to stick with the facets. Let's see if I can find another faceted piece like that color, because that would look really cool together. If not, it's okay because I have ovals that are faceted that we could use. And I have two different sizes, so we could use the smaller ones in a bracelet and larger ones for the pendant. I mean, for the necklace. Yeah, that's a large one. Here's a small one. Those are the small ones. And it would be really cool to pair the black with this. I think it would help to not necessarily tone down the color. I think it would actually enhance it. Okay, what happened? Then if you're not up for it, you shouldn't be going, Beth. Oh my goodness. You should be embarrassed to come. Yeah, I'm gonna. I don't know how long I'm gonna make that, but I think that'll be really pretty. I think. Okay. I want to get some black beads that are like, I've got the black onyx that are faceted. I think I'm going to want them to be a little bit bigger though. Can I put it back here? Sorry, sometimes I forget that you guys are there when I like get up and turn around. I just had a moment of self-realization and I apologize. Um, I want the 8mm because I feel like it would be better suited for this. Or maybe not. Oh, I'm not mad at that. That actually kind of looks pretty cool. I don't mind that at all. The orange and black bead. This This is leopard skin jasper. It just comes in different shades. There's like the golder version, like these that are more gold than pink. And then there are ones that are obviously more gold than pink. Aww. Most of these that I have left are on that lighter scale. If you're talking about this is cheetah jasper. Yeah, I love the pink and black. Okay. Okay, that's where I think I want to go. Honestly, I want to use the more red softlex that I got from Rosanna, even though it's not gonna lay right, guys. I'm going to have to wait it for it to lay down. But I think it goes better with the cherry quartz than garnet does, because this is more of a corally red, while that's like a deep burgundy color. So just know that it's not gonna lay right off the mat. So, but I want to use it because, oh, maybe it was just the beginning that was messed up, because it's just fine. Okay, I did also rewind it, so maybe that helped. 1, 2. Okay, I'm not gonna do. And I don't know what color this is. The color is not on this one for some reason, but it's pretty. Alrighty. Oh, we should probably decide how we're going to do this first off. And we might pull in these as well. So let's do this in gold. I want my larger onyx though, because I want to put one right in the middle. Oh, and I found the rest of the gold and black. And that's where my onyx was. Woohoo! Everything's coming up like roses. I don't have a lot of them, but I do have these. So if we get this strung quickly, then we'll move on to the we can check on Mr. Cheetah up here in the corner. Okay, here are my bigger onyx. So we can do those and save the smaller ones for a bracelet and or possibly just a coordinated. Does the 8mm look too, well, it's not going to sit like that. It's going to sit up more centered. All right, that'll be good. Yes. Okay, so let's take the 8mm and put it back right here. And we will start stringing this project. Okay. That'll have to be enough because that's all I have. So, gold wire. I'm cutting off quite a bit because I think I might want to do like one of those little like curved designs. Though I typically wrap the wire when I do those. So we'll see. Fold that over. Grab my crimping plier so that I can flatten this right back up against itself. Much easier. You don't have to like go really slow and worry about the metal skipping off. Besides, even when it does, that just, in my opinion, gives us a better ball head pin situation. It's just more round. So that works. And then I need a bead cap. How big is that? I think I want to use the flower one so it stands up a little better. Where is that one? I apologize. I took everything off my desk when cleaning, so it's not all just right here at hand like it normally is. So like this one is sitting on one of my open drawers. I just want the flower we want. Where is it? There it is. But we might use these instead of the ball spacers because they're small. So that could be really pretty instead. I also have the little textured donut beads as well that we can try to see which one we like better. I really need to find the perfect like moon for those other two pieces because they will just look spectacular. Alright, put on our little flower bead cap. I like these bead caps because they don't have like huge holes, so they work really well at just leaving like that little extra detail. Then I'm going to put one right back on top. I'm going to do my best to do as much of this under camera as I can. It's not always easy when you have a long piece of wire, but I'm going to do the very best I can. So I want a little bit of a space here because I'm going to want to bring some wire down below and around that little ball at the end so that I can do a little swirly design on the front. So that's why I'm leaving it there. What am I looking for? Oh, I'm looking for either my bell making pliers. Uh-oh, I had to take my medicine. Hold on one second. I just realized that. I hate having to do it on camera, but if we go long today, I absolutely need to take that. So, okay. Now we've got this. I need to find my bell making pliers. They're there. And you already know your girl's gonna do a butterfly bail because I just think they're beautiful. So pull that back around, come around, and I'm just gonna do that one, maybe two. second. And then we don't even really need to wrap it. Just going like that looks pretty. I kind of just like, do you think we should wrap it, or do you think that just that little hint of gold is pretty across the stone? All right, Mary, that's fine. I know you're trying to take care of a lot right now. Okay, well then I'm going to go around the top one more time just because I'm not going to need as much space, and then I'm going to carry this down unless that just took all my space. It did. So now I got to fix that by straightening it. Okay, so I'll go ahead and take it off of here. And I'm just going to take it. How do I still not have space there? Because it didn't unwrap. Okay. I wrapped this in the wrong direction for what I want to do, I think. I need it to come out like that, but this is the back of the butterfly bail. Maybe not. I can just bend it. Push this up. And wrap it around down on the bottom, like so. And then if I put my bail back on my pliers and twist it this way, it won't loosen up on the top, but I'll have my curve going the right way, I believe. And then I'm just going to use my thumbs to give it a little bit of shape now that it's all secure and on the way I want it to be. I futzed with it too much. That will become some lovely jump rings, or the little infinity things that Linda was showing us the other day. Oh, that Linda showed on a video, I mean. On a video. She says she uses her scrap wire and makes little infinity links. So that's what I do now because it was a very smart suggestion. I'm not sure that the bead cap isn't too big. It's part of the problem. We will see. I didn't cut nearly as much wire because I didn't need as much as I cut last time. There we go. Nice little ball for the bottom of our ball head pin. Kind of straighten that out so it's center. I don't know, we might just use the whole okay. To leave a little bit of space. Let's try this again. Okay, push up the bead cap. I want it to wrap like around the back so it doesn't look like it's going over the bead cap quite as much. Okay, there we go. Oh, I just broke that. I'm just going to do the kiss method today because my fingers are not cooperating. And what I mean by the kiss method is keep it simple, sister. It's actually keep it simple, stupid, but I don't use that version of that because I think that's rude. Oh. Sometimes simple is enough when you're not having. That's why I stopped to take my medicine real quick because it was necessary. Like I said, I got caught up watching Sarah and wasn't paying attention to the time. I don't want the... We'll just do it. It's a... And I always pull the wire out back before I wrap it so that I get a better loop. And I'm just going to grab my pliers and wrap it because that is easier on my hands. Okay, there we go. We'll have to go clip off the extra, then go in with my flat nose pliers and kind of just space out the loop on either side without causing them to not, like if you do it too much, then you will make it to where one is smaller than the other, is what I'm trying to say. And there is a little gap here. I probably should have gone around one more time, but that's okay because when I put my bead in right here, it will help take up that space. So now we can get stringing after all that. So I'm gonna grab a 4mm one and see if that's the size that we can get in between this. I'd love to get the faceted 6mm one in there, but I would have had to make a much larger loop, and that's just wasn't what I was. Come on. See? The 4mm one might not fit. Okay, well then we will use a smaller faceted bead of some sort. Oh, we got the itty bitty strawberry quartz strand. Where is that though? the faceted strawberry quartz. Let me just find a little black sparkle bead. Or oh, I have to give my hubby a shout out because this garnet reminded me of that. Hopefully this is small enough to fit in there. It is. And then I just squish it more so that that's like part of the bead. Maybe. Nope, that's too tight. I have a huge jar of garnet rondelles that I got when when this lady that I met, she did storage wars, where they went in and bought out storage units that, they hadn't kept up with payments. And so then whenever she got jewelry making stuff in one of those, she would call me first, which was lovely because I got a lot of really good stuff, like those garnets. Well, last night when I was recording, I dropped it and it went all over the floor, and I was going to do the whole sock on the end of the vacuum hose, but I couldn't avoid stepping on them. So my very lovely husband, I sent him a message last night. He was asleep, and just asked him if he could please do it for me this morning, because there was nowhere that I could step that the garnets weren't, because there's like at least 8,000, if not multiple thousands in that little jar. Okay, that's a little big to start out with. Where? My spinel. Start out smaller. This will be prettier. And I have it in multiple sizes, so there we go. That's what I was wanting. Alright, and then I'm going to go a little bit bigger to graduate up to where we're at the 8mm, because jumping straight from the bail into 8mm is crazy. To me, I don't personally like that. I like to slowly work up to that, so I'm just going to do these, and then I will do one of the ovals and get into my pattern that way. I completely forgot I was going to attach this. Sorry. I think I want to save the tubes for a piece when I do incorporate that other focal, and we'll just keep this one. We could even use those garnet rondelles in between the cherry quartz instead of the black, and we can keep the black for a moodier one, and the garnet will just sit very nicely in between the cherry quartz. But yeah, so my hubby's a sweetie, and he did that before he went to work at 4 a.m. this morning. So where? Everybody's off getting their value bundle. I think I have too much stuff in my cart for me to go get it, but we will see real quick. I hope my cart isn't full. It is indeed full of so much stuff that I don't need. I found those. Hopefully it's still there. I'm kind of thinking that I might leave it as a surprise and not look at it. Because that just sounds like fun. Real quick, let's just see if I can take everything else out. Goodness gracious. Okay. Go to your cart, Heather. Hold on a second. Okay, let's get back to this. Sorry. I have to wait for... where did I put the garnets? I have that huge thing of them. Where did I just set them if I was going to use these? How do I lose stuff that's right in front of my stinking face all the time? Yeah, I think I'm just going to keep this one really simple and then go a little bit more. Like, do a second one and make it a little bit more. What would doing a mini stack look like? These are very organic though, they're not like perfect. So I like that. Okay, so we're going to take these off so I can put some more on. I like the stack of 3 of them. That was really pretty. So, and I kind of like the organic look with the like perfectly faceted ovals. It kind of gives it a little bit more character, in my opinion. Yep. Yep, that's what we're doing. Do I want to just use the tiny ball spacers on either side of this, of the facets? Yes, I like that. Okay. And then we'll go back. Oh, that's not what I thought it was. That is a seed bead of some kind. One of the copper lined ones. And then we'll go back to the stack of the garnets. And I can afford to be a little picky with the garnets if I wanted to, but I don't think I'm going to be. I think I'm just going to do it. Sorry if there is like... Yep, I like it. I think the dark tones down the coral just a little bit. Oops, Heather, you forgot what you were doing. Without, like, it's still the star of the design, but good supporting actors are important too. Hello, Mary. Not a lot because your girl couldn't figure out what her pattern was going to be. She just figured this out. So, oh, and everybody went and ordered their value bundles. I'm just waiting to hear from Hobby. And he'll probably tell me, you didn't have to ask. Yep, but good communication has gotten us this far. Right? Yeah, your girls take it forever to make this, to decide what I was going to do. First, I couldn't find the beads I wanted for one project, and then the other one switched, and so on and so forth. Ugh. But I am excited to finally do my piece with the pendant that Rosanna gave me. She gave one to Beth too, because I want her to be able to watch it, and they're driving home right now, so she may or may not have service. So I'm gonna wait till she gets home. So that's what I'll be doing on Sunday, unless somebody pops on and says, hey, want to have me on Beading Besties? And I say, sure. Because that does happen. Yeah, you guys, look at the garnet with the cherry quartz. I know, Leah, I'm sorry. He is the best, yes. I don't use a microphone. I use my camera's microphone. Though I'm going to swap this one out. It's a little too organic for me. For the one right up against the oval bead cap. So well, but he might not have service. Otherwise, he would have popped on to say good morning to everybody, like he usually does. So, thankfully, I have enough of these ovals that I can do two separate designs with them. So then we can mix them with this and the oh my gosh, those beads. If I lay these out and there's a little furfetti, it is Friday, so we vacuum on the weekends. And there was not getting anywhere around it if I couldn't get to my desk, so, and I couldn't with those all over the floor. Okay. This should be the last set for this side, and then we can do the other side. Since I found the black and gold beads, we should be able to work on the cheetah, leopard. I'm not sure. Do we know if it's a cheetah or a leopard? Okay, last garnet. Come on, you need to scooch down too. Alright, grab me a clippy so I don't lose my design, which is all the way across the desk. Alright, other side. You guys can't even see it. Sorry. I may need to just pop Pixie up a little bit higher. Unless I'm staying in frame and just not realizing. Well, I wouldn't know. Oops, that one's crooked. So the one right at the end, I like to be straighter. Just so that the bead cap lays nicer. But yes, if I didn't have a good hubby, there wouldn't have been a show today. I love you all, but walking across, those are the little ones. I need to get out some more of the bigger ones. That floor with all those little beads on it was akin to walking across fire for me. Well, I may not have as many of the big ones as I thought I did. There's a big one. I've got a bunch of the little ones still. So we might just do simple bracelet designs and leave the other ones for the other design that I wanted to do, which is fine. Plus, I think Bernie had more of these, of the ovals. So. Oh, I already put that on there. There's only a couple things in my cart that I still want to get. And they're like some porcelain fish, and like there's a couple of really pretty pendants, like beachy, like one's a lighthouse, and so I kind of wanted to make that for my our beach loving daughter. That is her happy place. Yeah, and I also found a setting that I can do, but I don't know. Hi Georgina, I missed you coming in. I'm sorry. You did? I have one too. I have one already. And I also have Rainforest Jasper that I am very excited to use with this next month's box. I think I have 3 of them. And then I'll show you the I got a small Poppy Jasper, but that's because Bernie has amazing Poppy Jasper right now. But look at this. It's so pretty. And then, and I'm hoping I'll be learning to do something other than just wrapping this. But there's one of them. There's one of them, which I love because there's that little bit of yellow. This one. And this is still polished. They didn't like leave that unpolished. That's just what it looks like. And then I have this little one too that has that little bit of a natural crater in it. Again, I got some of these on I think she meant on Messenger. Yes, I love Jasper. So these are more that came with the trade with Brandy. Well, yeah, anyways. But if any of you are Poppy Jasper fans and want some like exceptionally beautiful Poppy Jasper, I'm telling you what Bernie has right now is amazing. We're supposed to go look at that this weekend, so that's why. Oh, I have other big ovals up here. I don't know why I thought otherwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 2 more, and then this will be done. And I have some like beautiful poppy or beautiful garnet beads. It's my birthstone after all. But as I wanted to kind of, I don't know, I just kind of like the organic shapes with the, like up against the faceted ovals. I just think it's like a beautiful contrast in shape and color, not just the shape itself. So, and that's something you guys, those of you who are still newer to jewelry, will find as you go through. Like Cindy, I told him we were talking on the phone yesterday, and you like were like, how did I forget you could glue stuff to other stuff? And I'm like, that I hope that I'm able to do that for all of you in one way or another. Plus, you guys see me with my bead FOMO, and you're probably like, well, that's what she went with, but I liked item 40 or option 45, but you know, she went with option 50. I know I'm not that bad, but you get my drift. Although some of you might think I am that bad, because oh, it can be, and I'm sure that it is frustrating. But every time I ask, you guys say, every time I ask if I should be coming with a design that is ready to go ahead of time, whatever, you guys tell me no, that you like watching the design process. So, but, oh, what are you doing, Heather? You want the bead cap on first, then the bead. I had it right the first time, took it off. But yeah. And if you hear that I talk to somebody on the phone or on that messenger or whatever else, please know that if you ever wanted to chat about something, you can call me on Messenger. I kind of like, if I had the money coming in to justify it, I would do like what Randy does and have what she calls a bat phone. That is a number that is just given out. But right now, I don't. So, okay. Ooh, haha. Let's check this because yesterday I missed a seed bead. And none of y'all told me I missed a seed bead. Probably because I was out of frame, and so it would be my own fault, but like, and you guys, I spotted it immediately after the live was over when I was looking at stuff again, and I'm like, son of a gun. Yep, you did that again, Heather. All right, let's measure this so I know if I need chain. It is, yes, it needs chain. So I don't want to use all the ovals. Let's see now. I could also just finish it off with the garnets. That is another option. I would still probably put chain up around the back, so yeah, let's go with that chunky paperclip chain that I thought about using yesterday. This, I think it will look nice. It won't take very many links to finish it off because it's nice long ones. Yes, hello, Linda. Did you see my messages? I let everybody... Yeah, I dropped this last night, Cindy. And my hubby got the majority of them up off the floor, but there's still some that was hiding under my desk and whatnot. And it was before 4 o'clock in the morning when he vacuumed them up on my behalf. So yeah, there were thousands of little garnets all over my floor. I could not take a step without it just shooting pain up my legs. Linda, you should be happy. Look, I wonder who suggested I should buy just plain flat spacers. You said if I did. You said I should. Okay. I'm going to do about right at 5. I don't know how hard this chain is going to be to cut. Very hard. Ugh, goodness. But I may be able to save and salvage the links that I'm cutting off as jump rings or connectors on a bracelet at a later date and time. or just as the thing that connects to the loop. I could do that as well. That is probably what I'm going to do. So I don't know why I'm futzing with that right now. So I need to cut another one. That'll be kind of cool. And I mean to attach the clasp with is what I meant. Obviously, the rest of them. And if you're wondering how I'm cutting them, I have my cutters and I put the one handle down on my bead mat, desk, whatever. I'm going about in the middle. And then I use my desk as leverage. I press down once, oops, let go. And then normally the second time is enough to break it. But the cork under my bead mat might be too soft. Or this link is just protesting. Ugh. I just dropped my chain and I don't know where it rolled. I'm gonna cry. It's on the other side of my desk. Hold on. Sorry. I have a very big desk, so I can't just reach down and grab it. I have to walk all the way around to the other side. Ooh, but it's a good thing I did. Ramsey, move. Ramsey, move. Trying to go back to my chair without... Okay, it was all the way on the other side, but I found the top layer of the necklace that I was making to be used with this, as well as another one of my leopard guys there. Alright, let's find the one I was trying to cut. Sometimes when you use your these memory wire cutters, you don't get a clean enough cut to still use it, but this one cut great, so I'm very happy about that. Now I know for the future that cut this chain. It did bend the one side up ever so slightly, but I can fix that. Okay, so let's get our not our jump rings, our crimps, and my magical crimper, which is right here. We're going to go to the end of this wire, put our crimp tube on, grab our piece of chain, go back through the crimp on the other side, pull that down, Oh, is that what you messaged me this morning? Um, I did also share with everybody in greater detail that the U.S. copyright laws states that the second you create something and it becomes a tangible item, meaning a photograph, a video, any of those things, it falls under the copyright protection laws. And because she's in the US, even if the creator is not, she still has to abide by the copyright laws because it's federal law. It's not just like a little thing. So you and Sam both are protected, and I hope she took your stuff down and apologized to you as well. I'm still going to keep an eye on things. And I doubt I'm the only one. Because that was just wrong on so many levels. Let me make sure. No, it's not. It's too tight. Sorry. The necklace wasn't, it had a buckle in it, so I had to figure out why and what caused that and why. Crimp, crimp, and it's all the way crimped already. I didn't even need that last squeeze. And I don't know about you, I would rather have a little bit of gap in my necklaces, like on either side, than have them like buckle or be tight. Although this one was it's a little bit more than a little piece. So I might have to go get my crimp covers after this and clean it up. Okay, I saved those two links. As I said, we're going to use them as a mechanism to close this, and I don't think, let me see, I could be wrong. I don't think that I have any of the, this is 18 karat gold plated stainless steel. So I'm going to pull out an 18 karat gold plated stainless steel clasp, even though it's a little bit small, as I would rather use this. And it luckily comes with a very strong jump ring and a jump ring for the other side. And is it closed? No, it's not soldered closed. At least I don't think so. No, it's not. But it's a strong clasp. So I'm going to take off the second jump ring, because it's not necessarily needed. But I'll stick it back in that little container just in case I ever have a mishap with the jump ring of that color. I actually do have smaller lobster clasps than that, so I know it's smaller and a lot of you ladies prefer a bigger lobster clasp, but I don't want to abandon, oh wait, why did I don't want to abandon the color altogether. I want it to stay, I want it to be similar. Okay, so I need this off. This one off because I'm going to connect it with the oval as long as it sits nicely and doesn't like have issues. And then I will put the jump ring on the other side because I don't know that it might go in. I think that's even slimmer than the jump ring, so. Oh, Heather, you have to attach it to the necklace. Okay, get it closed up nice and tightly. This does not catch. It is moving freely. We will use that. That's at least an 18 gauge, if not a 16 gauge jump ring. And it's stainless steel, so like I said, you could just connect directly to the oval link, but I don't know that that will be everybody's preference. So we'll just stick on the, yes, I really like the chunky paper clip chain with it. I think it looks really pretty, but yes. Yes, I love that. You know, stuff like that and like what Mary has shared with us was very poignant, not just to my husband, but for me as well, especially considering Derkham's is a progressive disease. It really did just make me want to take I'd rather be there and be in pain than be at home by myself in pain a little bit further. So we're gonna figure it out. Okay, so there's that. I wonder if okay, those are still there. Alrighty. We are done with that one. Let's get the... I keep putting the garnets all the way over on top of my like storage caddy because that way I can't knock it off my desk again, because the pain of stepping on them last night is very fresh. So I'd just rather not have them someplace I could knock off. These will probably get put into a different container. Well, I don't know. I don't pull them out that much, so I should though, because I mean, they're beautiful garnets. They're just irregular, which I'm okay with. Okay. Next, I think, well, let's check on our cheetah. There is some blue that's still on there, but it's not really visible. Oh, right there it is. So I'll take that off once it's finished drying so that as I'm doing so, it doesn't come off. Cooper! Come here. Coop. No barking. Don't grumble at me either. Hey, no bark. All right, so as I was saying, this was always going to be one of two strands in a double-stranded necklace. I simply used the black tube beads that we got, as well as some of the triangle beads. Even these tubes are wide enough that this doesn't set, these don't set right up against the skin. I know there's quite a few of us that can't deal with that scratchy part, but know that your girl tested this thoroughly. So we can use this with this as a pendant, and this can be the upper strand. Or this is what we can pair our cheetah with, as the triangles are all of the colors of the cheetah face, that although behind the crystal, I just think that's, I'm so glad that I did this. Oh, I'm sorry, Leah. Yeah. Oh, that would be pretty. Ooh, okay, I'm gonna have to go grab some of those from Bernie's, but that's a good idea. The eyes, too, would be really cool if I could find one small enough, but yeah, other than that little spot right there, because that's where I moved it, I don't really see the glue, like, where I have it on the rest of the cheetah. I'm not gonna pick at it until it's dry. I'm gonna leave it alone. Gonna leave it alone. But we can either use this as the upper strand of this necklace, or we can take this and make a whole other necklace. I have plenty of these leopard heads, even with sending some to Leah and Cindy. That's the other name. Sorry, Cindy. I didn't forget about you. I was just trying to get my memory to cooperate. Okay, don't you little pups start. I will have to close the door, which nobody wants, because then it gets hot in here. Oh yeah, and I have a few of these. I could always do this. Where are the other ones? They should be right here. Shoulda, woulda, coulda, right? So, I actually have a couple others. I just don't know where they are. But yellow for the eyes and whites for the ears. Yeah, that would be pretty too. The necklace I just made, it is it is 24 inches to the top of this. So it's a little long, but you could always take some links off. If you like a shorter necklace, you could cut the amount of chain in half. Because I put yeah, I have a full 5 inches of chain on both sides. So if you prefer 22 or even 20, you could just take off. You could also not use these to attach the jump ring and stuff. That would take off over an inch by itself. About an inch and a half, actually. Yeah, it takes off exactly an inch and a half, but you still have to put the jump rings on the next one, so actually not really. But you could take off, because two of the links are just under an inch. It's like 7/8. So it's up to you, but yeah, you could, there's quite a few things that you could do with that to make it really pretty. So, but I have these, and I think these kind of give off zebra vibes, and I know we've used the Australian zebra jasper, um, but, and this is not zebra jasper by any means. This is snowflake obsidian, I think. Let me verify that real quick with Google Lens search. Oh, it is actually zebra jasper. These are zebra jasper, so even better, because I just so happen to have some little rondelles. So, how about we do that? We can, I don't know that I want to use this on the strand. But I can save that to go with this necklace. I can save this upper strand for this. And let's make ourselves a zebra. So, do we want vertical or horizontal? Or just kind of crazy? I know, you say that every time. Oh, you crack me up. You say it every time. But yeah. Every time I use any Australian anything, it's got to be a good bead in Linda's book. You guys all like horizontal, okay? Alrighty. So then that's the one we'll use. And also in Australia, it's not called Australian zebra jasper, it's just zebra jasper. Am I right? Oh, why do I have a missed call? My husband called. What did he say? He said, absolutely. Okay, I have to go place my order. I don't want to look at it. No, I don't want spoilers. Okay, thank you. These were the other beads I wanted. I want that one, and those little fishy beads, because they'll be adorable. So, let me go place this order real quick. Sorry. I know everybody else already finished, but I did not. Check out. Oh, wait, I've got to... Okay. See, y'all, I told you I had a good hubby. He said, of course, you didn't have to ask. Okay, so we can either attach this with wire, or we could do a leather veil with this. Which could be kind of cool looking. I could just do a double barrel knot at the bottom, and then once the glue is dry, cut it off so it's just the knot, and then I can do a loop up at the top. Because we won't be able to use leather for the whole thing because the bead holes aren't large enough, or yeah, aren't large enough, but this could be cool, and I'm thinking that I might want to pull in some of these like berry colored, blackberry colored beads that were in the value bundle in, so that it's not just completely black and white, but I may change my mind on that. We could also just pull in some of the leopard skin jasper to give it another texture, but we'll see. We'll see. Because I don't want to use the golden black. I want to save those for the front closure one. So, do you guys think leather would be cool? No, it's zebra jasper. Ha 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 ha. Yeah. Well. Wait, what was her question? How did you get the leopard head in that clear cage? Yeah, no, I glued it, honey. Yes, I am live, and I just told all of them that you're a wonderful husband and said go right ahead, and how you cleaned up all of my beads. Well, 98% of the beads at 4 o'clock in the morning before you went to work. I gave you a loving shout out at the very beginning of the video for that. So, gotta give credit where credit's due, that's for sure. Okay, now I'm just trying to decide if I want to do 1.5mm black leather or 2mm leather. Let's grab both, because we won't know until we know, right? That is not. Where's the bronzite beads I've been looking for? That's the wrong box, so that's not the leather box. This is. Ooh. Okay, I probably have enough scraps in my thing, but I want to see what this would look like. Oh, it won't fit in the hole. Dang it. I'm sad. Ugh. I'm going to have to ask Leather Cord USA if they could please make braided cords smaller, which they probably. I don't even know if that's possible. Okay, let's grab out some scraps. So, here's some 3mm black leather, which won't fit through the hole, Heather. We just discussed that. And then this is some 1.5mm. Let's see here. Yeah. Let's see if the 2mm is going to fit through. That could determine the outcome all by itself, obviously. Okay, yes, it fits through, as long as there's not something it's not drilled all the way in the middle. Okay. I'm not going to need more than like probably 6 inches, but I'm going to grab 9 just to not have to cut a piece. I'd rather sacrifice a little bit of the length than put it on. He always does work hard. He climbs up and down 16-foot ladders with black steel pipe up and down. So yeah. He does have a big head, but not like attitude-wise, just in general. Okay. Going to grab the ones I made myself, because, oh no, is this one not going to be big enough for 2mm leather? I don't know that this will work because it's the one I stretched out, but let's try it. I think it might be hard to pull out, but I could be wrong. And it could go just fine. Oh, nope. Sorry, you guys are going to have to see me make another one of these because it should be right here. And I was even like, where am I going to store these until I find the rest of them? And I couldn't tell you where the heck that is. I also just saw this, and I have some of these. I have these long ones, and I have ones that are like half that size. If we wanted to make it, and then the pops of color in between would be cool. And then we probably put leather up around the back of the neck. Okay, Heather, you could be done making one by now. All right. I don't know why I did one that wasn't big enough for 2mm leather to go through. It might have just been what it had. If the zebra jasper was big enough, I do have large hole obsidian that would have looked really cool. With this pendant. Should I just go these and silver? Like I said, I have those in smaller forms, but I can always... I also have the shorter ones. So do I just do these with like silver spacers in between? And maybe alternate between the short and long? Because I have more of these. I have 3 ones besides the ones I pulled out today. That I could always do a more traditional, like, and use the little rondelles that I have too. But I know I have some black and white zebra jasper or zebra jasper over there. I'm just not the biggest fan of it. You like that? A smoko, even if you don't smoke. Okay, I think that's what we're going to end up doing. putting in a pop of color isn't completely out because I have these red ones that we could do as well. So we can still put a pop of color in if it looks good. So I also have orange ones. I don't just have the red. I have them in orange too. So we're not even like limited to only using the red. We could use the red or the orange. And both would still go with the collection, as there's orange and reds in the leopard skin jasper, like that. So the orange isn't out of the way, neither is the red if you're trying to pull out more red. So you like the pop of color, okay. It would make the, okay, cool. Then I think we're gonna go back and forth between the long and the short with silver spacer beads and the pop of color. While I'm making the barrel knot tube, you guys discuss among yourselves if we should use orange or red. I'm good with either. I'm just gonna sit here and coil around the second step, which is 3 millimeters, so I should even be able to get 3 millimeter through this, although I did not pull off enough wire. That's okay, it can be a short. I hope it'll be okay. Otherwise, I just coiled some jump rings. I don't know if that's not going to be long enough to do. For anybody new that's watching, this is what I say when I mean that it is entertaining enough, because it's like a never-ending bleeper reel. Every other video, every video, I don't know. But we still have fun. At least I hope everybody else is having fun. I'm having fun. Okay, so for an inch long tube, it's not even a full inch. It's like 7/8. 7/8 of a tube out of 20 gauge wire is 12 inches. That is what's needed. Let's go ahead and make this bail. Like I said, I just want it to be the knot when all is said and done here. That's all I'm going to keep on the bottom of this. I just obviously need to glue this. Okay. So I'm making doubly sure that this is a tight knot. That's what I was doing off camera. Then we will just put this up through our focal, like so, and you know that I'm going to situate it with the crisscross. Well, it'll move around. Now we just need to do a loop at the top so that it has something so we can attach it to the rest of the necklace. because I didn't see a way around doing this. Okay. So it's going to be a little tricky to get it tight and also keep the knot just above the focal. Because I don't want a big space between the, so I'm holding this really tight again since it's going to be our focal. And then I will glue those when we're done with it afterwards, and cut off any excess leather. That's when I will do that, so I'm not going to cut this yet. Okay, then we need a piece of 2mm leather, which I don't remember if it's right here, if it's in my drawer. No, that's brown. I have this. This might be long enough for the necklace. I'm not going to be doing a bunch of knots. And it is almost 36 inches. So that should be more than enough length. So we'll just start by going through our loop, like so. And if I find that I'm having trouble putting the buffalo horn, yep, that's what I was afraid of. So we're going to have to use 1mm or 1.5 millimeters. And there's the box with all my barrel knot tubes right there. Leather. Why am I only seeing... Let's see how long this piece is. Oh, by the way, in case none of you knew this, but like you or your daughter or somebody uses these elastic bands to do hair with, if you put lemon essential oil on it, it breaks the elastic. So there's no more tangles or snarlies pulling it out or whatever else. I learned that from my daughter on my last visit, which she learned about it on TikTok. As like a mom hack. Come on, why don't you want to... If I could do with some essential oil right now. Because this elastic is being the most stubborn I've ever had. Okay, again, so that's 18 plus 12 is 30 inches. Okay. Let's move all those. Well, not you. Sorry, I'm having, because I haven't cut the leather yet, it's kind of hard to see how it's gonna lay. There we go. Yep, that will be good. Just because I needed to orient like this way, but I want the crisscross visible because that's the set I like, so, but it's okay. We're going to go ahead and put this leather through there. Okay, so did you guys decide orange or brown? You like the red. Be right back. Linda needs coffee. Pop of color, red. You like the red. We like the red. Okay. Thank you. And I have a deprecating sense of humor, so, like, I can get hard on myself, but it's not always I'm not always like doing it because I don't know. I'm gonna start with 3 of these red. Come on, don't be a pain. We want to include you in the design, but if you're a pain, then you will get passed over for some bead that's not a pain. And then cut this at an angle. The other end as well. That will make them easier to string. Oops, that was not a good cut. There we go. So that should make it easier to get these through. Yeah, that's all it needed. Okay, so there's the red. Do we start with the short one or a long one? I think for articulation purposes, we need to go with the short one first. But I can tell you just how soft these beads are. They're the best. Okay, so then there's 3 red. This is the only time I sometimes wish USA leather wasn't so buttery soft and malleable, is when I'm trying to string onto it and need to cut the end like that. Okay, long. This is going to be a quick design, y'all, but hey, it is Feel Good Friday, right? That's what Sarah always says. Not all designs need to be a representation of all of the skills you have to be beautiful. Ah, this is gonna be so pretty. I'm so glad that I saw this bead. This might end up being one of my favorites in the whole collection. And I have the bead stash. Let me do a couple of them if I so wanted to. This is most definitely one that Bernie said he wants to see the collection when I'm all done. I still need to figure out how to make my YouTube address into a QR code that I can put on a business card. And I also need to make like a little page with I want to get some of the darker red. I like the darker red best. With, I don't know, a little bio of me on it. So, for down at the shop. Three more red. All right, sweetie, honey, you're in my thoughts and prayers with what with everything you got to get done this weekend. Love you. Which leopard skin bead is so pretty? This one? Yeah. I got some good ones. I also have we haven't designed the necklace to go with these yet, which look exactly like what the black strawberry quartz looks like. But then somebody asked Bernie if it was something else, and so he agreed and acted like he wasn't the one who told me that it was strawberry quartz to begin with. What was I looking for? Oh, because I have more of the, I have like the nuggets that are really pretty and have a lot of the ocular formation on them. I have more is what I mean. So, if you want me to send you a picture and a price after, I can. I'll just stick it in a little tiny mailing envelope that has bubble wrap. You can just pay for the one bead. Cooper? Cooper! No. Alright. Let's see. This is gonna be a pretty one. Thank you for your help, girls. Ladies. Ladies. The end of this piece of leather is like I'm just about done going through for here through for you, lady. It's all noodled. I love this. It's so cool. Okay, leather, I'll put you out of your misery. Got a new point. It's funny because it looks darker with the leather in it than it looks when it's on its own, right? I think I want one more long, but ended off with the shorter so it bends around the back of the neck. Because two of these would take up well, they wouldn't take up all the space, but they would make it stick out funny. So I want to make it to where it hits leave enough leather at the back that it's there. And I prefer that it be just to like pull it over your head kind of necklace, but it doesn't have to be. While I'm at it, put the orange away. But the orange, ooh, we could do that with something like this and use the orange beads then. That could be cool. That is black. That is not red, Heather. That was a black bead that got it with the red. Okay, one long, then one more short, and I think it will indeed be one that could just go over the head. I think I have enough length. That's something you have to think about when you're using really long beads like these, is where it's going to hit, how it's going to hit. This, you are just not as strong as the other side of you. I haven't had to cut the other side once. But yeah, as I was saying, that's just something you have to think about with where your beads are gonna land. Do I finish it off with the red? Oops, sorry. Let me get over here and see what it looks like. With it done up to that length on this side too. When they illegally built on the add-on to this house, the hey, they did not have the right size AC on this house, which they did correct. But when they ran the HVAC for the master bedroom add-on, oh, those are the little puppies. Those aren't even my adults. Those are the baby puppies. They can hear me talking. So hold on, I'm gonna shut this door. So the master bedroom will be like an ice cave, and the rest of the house, or these back bedrooms, don't have as much airflow as they should. Okay, let's see here. It is long enough to go over the head, but I don't know that I still want it to do so. And I say that because I want somebody to have the capability of deciding if they want to wear it long or short. I could always just put an extender on it. What do you think? Is that what should I just make this adjustable? Now I think I'm gonna do is yeah, they had to replace ours, after we had a $600 electric bill. Now all the dogs are out there and they're gonna bark. Pardon while I go yell at my dogs. Sorry about that. I don't know that I left enough leather for this to go over the head and make it adjustable. So I'm probably just gonna have to do it with a chain, which I didn't want to do, but I won't need a lot of chain. Man. But I also really don't want to restring this. No. Bark. That little howling song choir thing they just did. If we go out of the house, they do that because if we're not going anywhere, we tell them to hush. And if we're gone, nobody's there to hush them. It's okay. So I think I'm gonna make loops up at the top. They would go over the head, but not easily. That's the problem. So I'm gonna do a little barrel knot. Do I make it into a loop? Yeah, and that's how we're gonna attach our chain. So I probably will make a chain for this because I want it to stay organic. I don't know if that's even the right word, but I hope you know what I mean. So I'm just gonna make a little loop. That's actually a really big loop. If you start off small, once you start wrapping, it'll come out the size you want it to be. Whereas if you start big, it's hard to go back to a smaller loop during the tightening process without there being some kind of a gap left over. Although that is a bigger loop than I want, but it's okay. Oh, that is not at all what I wanted. Oh my goodness. I wonder if I think I might be holding this This is why I say it's very difficult for me to learn new tasks, because I make these knots all the time, and yet I still have to talk myself through them once in a while. Before my brain's muscle memory kicks in. Okay, other side. Like I said, you're going to want to start with a smaller loop, because it's highly likely that by the time you're done, it's going to end up bigger than what you originally thought it would. Like the other side of this knot. Oh my goodness gracious. There we go. Those loops are the same. This is so cool. Okay, so to make the chain very simply, I'm just going to do some of the little double wrap loops that I like. But I want to do it with chunkier chain, so I'm going to look for my 18 gauge chain, or wire, sorry. I did not mean chain, I meant wire. There it is. It's a little harder to wire wrap for me on days like this, but it's what I want for the piece. So I'm just going to cut off, where are my, probably 3.5 inches. Okay. And then all I'm going to do is grab my pliers. I'm just going to go ahead and use my pliers to do this. Bend it, come back around. I don't know that I made that. That is not at all long enough. So I'm going to do the first loop. And then when I flip it over to do the other side, if you wanted, you could make them different sizes, which I actually think I'm going to do. And actually, that could look kind of cute. Huh. I would obviously have to center this once I was done. Well, not even once I was done. Yeah, I think I'm going to try to achieve this multiple times. And then just attach them using jump rings. So I'm just going to go straight across the wire, pull it out straight, and fill in any of the gap with other wraps. And if it doesn't want to sit in and you're not quite cinched up, just use your pliers to kind of force the wraps to lay uniformly, and then figure out at what point it has to be cut off to leave as little of or no gap between the wrap from the first loop to the second loop. So there is link number 1. I'm gonna grab a couple of these links. Your course of dogs, yes. I was going to, but it just wasn't long enough. I didn't have enough leather because I used a scrap piece and I didn't want to restring the whole necklace. That would have been sad, but this link will make it to where you can put a good chain extender on it if you want to. I think that's going to be a pretty link that should not be difficult to replicate. I did it with the second and third steps, so hopefully. And Lead already knows this. I have a chain that I started that I have like one side of that looks very reminiscent of this. Only there's a pearl on it, and I just, yeah. So obviously I don't have to leave myself quite so little room as I did on the first link. But I did again for some reason. Maybe that's just the way I need to do it. I don't say that my way is the right way. I say it's the right way for me. It's the way I like to put it. May not always be. You guys may see something that would make it easier that I'm not seeing. But thank you. Okay. So then we're just going to take it and we're going to turn it. And we're going to go. How far down am I going to have to go? I think right about there should be it. Or did I use the 4th step on the last one? I thought I did it with the 3rd step. But this one is a lot wider. It might just look like that because I haven't wrapped yet. I'm not sure. But we're going to go across. We're going to come and we're going to wrap until we fill up the space again. Then we're going to take this and we're going to center it over the other loop. And these aren't even parallel yet. I got to fix that. But where this wire is perfect. Are those completely different sizes? Yes, one is definitely longer than the other. I'm wondering if I did this one with the 4th step. Let me see. Back around the back. Why does this keep being so off center? I'm literally making this up as I go. So I'm sorry if, like, it's not making a lot of sense. I apologize. I'm just kind of winging it here right now. I think I might have done the first one with the fourth step, not the third step. And I don't need to go up as high on the wire as I did last time. Nope, it was probably the third step. I don't know that I can adjust for that now, but let's see. If I could just go, that would be easiest. So let's see if I can recreate what I just did. But, you know, if you've ever tried to, like, come up with a link of your own, you know that it takes, like, trial and error to get what you have in your head onto your mat sometimes. I don't know. Let me see if I can do that one again. I better put those away. They are not good scissors. Okay. Let's see. If I just hold it just a little bit above, I'm hoping that I'll be able to just kind of take it around the third step like that and then do like one wrap. Like so. And then kind of evening everything out a little bit. Getting one loop on top of the other. I want to go around it. Nope. Why did it just turn that when I was wrapping it on the other side? That is weird. And this is why we go to Linda or Sam for link inspiration. I don't mind this one. I'm just having a hard time that one's probably the best one. And I did that with a third step. So let's see here. Okay. Straighten and center this loop before I start the other loop. Alright, let's see this again. Okay. Not gonna come up as much. And then I'm gonna go across. I'm gonna do the first wrap. I might have figured it out. Okay, there's no gap at the back, so we can just go just a little half turn more so that the end of the wire isn't visible. Okay. And then we just need to kind of center those up. Like so. I should have wrapped her on the back one more time, but it's alright. Okay, I'm going to hold this in that plier and kind of center this whole thing out. think I like it when I wrap more times. Anyways. Oh, hi, hun. I bet you had fun. Oh, I bet you're looking forward to the rest, but dreading them going home at the same time. This is what we made. I'm trying to make a chain to go with it. So this is zebra jasper. And then this is horn beads, buffalo horn beads. So is the red. And we just alternated between a longer one and a shorter one, a longer one and a shorter one. I'm not lying. I'm going to see. I have some white bone beads that I might recreate something similar to this, but using maybe the bone beads in place of the smaller ones, and use this. And I have orange buffalo horn beads too that would go really pretty with this stone in particular, because it has so much of the like corally orange on it. But yeah, so we made this. I'm trying to figure out a chain. I'm probably going to sign off soon though, and I can let you know next time I'm on what I ended up with. But we made this. Oh, here it is. And we made this. These are garnets in between the faceted cherry quartz. And I really like the way it turned out. It's very pretty. I glued one of my cheetah heads to the back of this crystal that I'm going to use with, this will be the top strand, and then there will be a second strand that will have this on it. Although I might just finish this one off and let it be a stacker or something. Because I really, 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 really love that. I like how it's kind of like a smoky look to it. So, or I'll use this in a design that has this pendant on it. One of the two. But that's what we were playing with today. So I actually have 5 more zebra jasper. I just have to find the other ones. But I have these 2 right here that I know where they are, right here. That I like this one and this one. This one's obviously darker, but it's just, you love that it's glued to the back. I know. See, I had the idea, but I didn't know if we would see the glue through. And while we might see the little bit that spilled out right here that I can remove, I don't see any of the glue outside of that on the cheetah's face. So I'm happy about that, because that was my big thing. Because if it went on the front, it didn't sit flush because of the facets. But if I glued it on the back, like so, we lost all the faceting. Although that looks spectacular too. And especially if Bernie has some diamondettes that I can stick in the ears and the eyes, I might be tempted to forego. I have 2 gray ones like these as well. Well, actually 4 in total, because one is, where did they go? What did I do with them? They were right here. I don't Oh, the gray ones is what I was looking at. I have like a little square container that had all of them in there. But there's a gray, and then there's more of like a blue gray one too. But I like it. Just an option that you guys can use it. Or yeah, you could. It could totally be double sided. That's you guys know. I love a double sided vision. And then I haven't used any of my check glass elephants yet, but I'm trying to get everything done. They're saying my bargain bead boxes aren't going to be here until Monday, but one of them is already in Phoenix, so I might end up getting it tomorrow, but they're stating that it's Monday. So I have the weekend to like try to button this up so that I can take pictures and post the entire collection, which is huge. So, but I'm very excited. I'm also streaming these on YouTube now, so that's good. I'm so sorry. Could you not hear me? I must have bumped it. Yeah, they're supposed to all be sent out, but I I don't know. If I end up getting both of mine on Monday, that's gonna be a little frustrating, but it's fine. Um, but then I gotta get this whole collection posted up and make available for anybody that wants to purchase any of the pieces. They can create their own collections, obviously. That's kind of what I like to do. But I'm glad I put the garnet with this cherry quartz. I wasn't sure if the cherry quartz was going to be like too cherry red versus the deeper red, but I really like them, so. Okay, can you hear me now? Yeah, because of the 4th of July, yeah. And that's why we're getting the value bundle before the companion bundle. Although I prefer to get the companion bundle first. But yeah, I had that. And then I also found this cheetah jasper cabochon in my collection. So I might do this and then put 2 of the cheetah head beads as part of the necklace rather than a focal. So I think that could look cool, especially with the blue iolite that I found at Bernie's. Would go beautiful with this. And I'd probably take it copper because of like the orangey reds in it. So I'm gonna mess around with just some basic figure 8 wire wrapping and see what I can come up with, because if I could actually wire wrap this one, that would be my preference. So, but anyways, I hope that you guys all have a wonderful weekend. As I said, I will be posting videos, and or I might go live later on Saturday night, just because I love the audience at that time that we get, everybody's kind of done with dinner, all of that kind of stuff. But I don't go on quite as late as Becky and Jenny. I would go on like an hour and a half before they do. But yeah. So I hope you guys are enjoying this and aren't sick of the collection yet. Me designing with the collection. We went from men's designs straight into this, and there hasn't been much of anything in between. I just really felt like it was it's just what's been speaking to me, so it's easier for me to go with that than it is to like try to come up with something completely different when this is all I have in my head. So anyways, I hope you guys all have a wonderful weekend, and if I don't see you tomorrow night, I might see you tonight on Becky's in the comments anyways. And if not, the latest you'll see me is Sunday evening. But I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Until next time, happy beading.